Don't worry, Poe. We will get you squared away. That's actually the reason for tonight's podcast. Is... Oh, shit. I thought KJ said he wasn't going to make it. I am completely surprised. I'm shocked. I don't know what the fuck is going on anymore. I am completely lost, but I'm glad that he's here. The fuck? Yeah, so stay right there, Paul. I'm just making sure everything is up and connected. Machine was deleted or has ended chat comments or something. See, shit is so weird. Like, this is part of me using a whole bunch of new features and shit and trying to get all those motherfuckers. Did I even start? Oh, good, I ain't start the website yet. Alrighty, that's good. But I ain't start the website yet, because when I start the website, that means it's almost basically go time. Where's KJ? He's coming out here. Baby girl is coming in 8 weeks. Oh, October 29th. How did you say he was going to make it?
No, I said I was going to make it, but just I wanted to be long.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because I was already in the area.
Oh, okay. That's Poe. That's Poe.
Poe, I heard 8 weeks. What not? Poe! KJ's right here.
Let's open that back up again. I don't know where the fuck I put that the first fucking 8 times.
Yeah, no, what I was basically saying was, like, most of my conversation is going to be remotely. Because I'll probably shake here, like, around 9:30.
Okay.
Because at first, one of Shorty's co-workers was taking her. Then, all of a sudden, Shorty texts me while I'm on my way here. Talking about something, hey, come get me instead. She can't take me. She's got a DA to go to.
A DA?
Dick appointment.
Oh, okay, that was my next guess. Oh, shit. That was really, like, full-heartedly my very next guess.
I responded to her, I said, you know what? I low-key was prepared for it.
Alright, we're just getting the video stream up and running. Make sure that's pop.
Shit.
So much shit going on right now. Like, you don't understand.
Yo.
Like,
right here with what I got going on personally is such a break from what's been going on. It's so needed. It's so needed. Yeah, I feel. How can I explain this? I feel like Kobe when he was going through his trial and the rape thing and whatnot. Obviously, what I got going is not to that extent. But basketball,
he ain't raped nobody.
Exactly. Allegedly, damn it.
Damn.
Allegedly.
It just got dark.
Allegedly. But either way, do all that. Basketball was like, okay, whew. All right.
Go on my
Facebook
Facebook
here, do this shit.
and see if we're on Facebook. Because I can't, like, that's the one thing I'm going through right now is I can't tell if all of these things are streaming properly.
Let me see what's going on
and it should be the MyT Sports on Facebook.
Yeah.
On Twitter, you should pop up immediately. You see,
what the hell?
Oh, that's 4 minutes ago. Okay. No, actually.
It's up or?
No, we are live.
Go through Twitter.
Okay, no. I just checked Twitter. If it's up on Twitter, then we're live. Okay, it's just okay. So what's not live is my chat channels. Then it looks like okay. Let's get this motherfucking pop-up podcast rolling. Listen. I was telling Poe, like, this is not even like a real podcast. Like this is a hallucination. Cause we
are not here. We are not here. We are not here.
We are not here for real.
We are not here. You're just thinking shit. If you're hearing our voices, I mean, you got some shit going on. The weed that you got is way too strong.
It's good as hell.
Or that drink that you sipping on, you need to stop drinking. It's probably got something in it. Next thing you know, whether it's the drink or the alcohol, you look like Chris Tucker on Friday off the Angel Dust.
That's word. Oh my shit! Like caught up in Debo's chicken coop.
Lord have mercy. Lord have mercy. Lord have mercy.
But yo, let's go ahead and start this podcast for everybody so that we can get things rolling.
Where's my drink?
You're not even ready for this.
Oh shit!
Welcome back.
Old one.
We're here with season 4 of
Season
the MyT
4.
Sports Podcast. I'm your host, Tomar Taylor, and I've been conversing with the mad podcaster. And quite frankly, he's very mad. We're going to try to find out why, so we'll take some questions from one of our live Twitter followers. Yes, ma'am. Please state your name and where you're from.
Hi, my name is Felicia, and I'm from Hialeah, and I just don't understand why you so mad. Like, what are you so mad about?
Yo, first of all, you can't be asking me no questions. You know what I'm saying? Yo, who the fuck is you? You know what I mean? Like, you can't be asking me no questions. Yeah, I'm gonna tell you why I'm mad. I'm gonna tell you why I'm mad. Like these hosts out there, they in these $1 million studios, they dropping hot takes. You know what I mean? They got tea, they got all that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm still living with my moms. I'm making podcasts. I ain't made no money yet. This is my 4th season. Yo, this my 4th season, and I ain't made a dime yet. This dude dropped one take. He make wild shows. That Cold Pizza show, it was cool. It was alright. I mean, I got more John Blaze than that. I mean, I got John Blaze takes, and they not even recognizing. They not even recognizing. And fuck is that, yo? Yo, who is you to be asking me any question? Yo, who is you? I got to talk. I got to tell how I feel. I got to talk about sports how I see it. This goes out to you. This goes out to you. And you. And you. This goes out to you. This goes out to you.
Oh, I love you.
This goes out to you. And you. And you.
Evening and welcome back to another edition. Whoa, my bad. Rewind back that shit. Good. Welcome back to a pop-up edition of the MyT Sports Podcast. I'm your host, the one annoying Dollar my tail. I got my co-host with me, KJ the Quiet. So yo, KJ, say what's up to the people one time.
Season's coming. Season's coming. Season's coming.
Yo,
season's
season
coming.
7's on the way.
Season's coming. Season's coming.
'Tis the season. Yo, it is another beautiful day in the most Fuego city in the world. Yo, it is September 1st. We got
It's
season.
the first of the month.
Wake up. You don't have Twitter? Whatever you got, Goldie. Whether you got Facebook, if you got Twitter, if you got Twitch, let me see. You got YouTube. You can catch the live. You can catch the live stream videos all there. Like I know you like to catch the behind the scenes camera on what the fuck is this? The Instagram, the IG, the gram. You know what I mean? Chopping up weight over here, right? You like to catch that shit on the gram, but you can also catch us anywhere. You can catch us on YouTube, everywhere. And this is what I'm saying. Like if you guys are hearing this podcast, this is complete illusion, right? Because this is our summer break. We not here. We're not supposed to be here.
We're not here.
But in the summertime, I do gotta check out.
Stop smoking.
I do gotta test out new equipment, right?
The weed is hitting.
And I gotta test out new channels.
Stop drinking.
So go check out all those new channels. Let me know how things are going because
they spiked your shit.
They're gonna be a prominent portion of the show for season 7.
We're not here.
Yo, should I break that news now for you guys? You know I got breaking news.
Oh shit! Breaking news.
I got full fast breaking news, B.
Hit the brakes.
The MyT Sports Podcast and Sharkies have officially come to an agreement. Sharkies is the new bar of the MyT Sports Podcast, people. Yo, you don't understand. Let's also congratulate Richie on the official purchasing and finishing up on the order of Sharkies and allowing us this opportunity. So for right now, once a month, on the first Wednesday of every month, we will be podcasting live that night from Sharkies. The first show, though, that we're going to do from Sharkies is going to be on Labor Day. On Monday, We will be part. That's 5 days away.
Monday, Labor Day.
That's 5 days away.
Oh shit! You actually hit me with a curveball. I didn't think we was coming on Monday.
Yo, remember I said if we get the Sharkies thing, I wanted to do Labor Day there.
That is true. You did say that.
And then every week after that, it'll be regularly on a Wednesday.
Damn, Poe about to have a Halloween baby. Lord have mercy. That's about to be a Poe. If you still here, you about to have a wicked ass child.
Yo, thank you. Yo,
you about to have a ass child.
Not wicked. Your child is gonna be so in tune with the spirits. It's not even funny. God damn. You think your ass is spiritual.
Wicked.
You gonna have a child that's literally born on like spiritual planes.
You gotta understand. This is coming from a person who give two shits about Halloween. So
I love Halloween.
Exactly.
So you can catch us everywhere. You can watch us everywhere, and pretty soon you'll be catching us live out of Sharkies. Now I was
having
talking
a boo baby.
Love
to hear it.
Yo, for real. Let's give her a quick.
Dig up. Can't wait.
Listen, I need those pictures sent to my phone day of. You heard? If those pictures don't, if I don't see no pictures on my Instagram poll of the baby when it comes out, you have till Halloween day. If the baby comes out on the 29th and I don't have no pictures by November 1st, we have a problem.
Now, we're all gathered here today for a very special occasion, right? This is episode 5 of the MyT Sports Summer 21 pop-up podcast special. We've done 5 pop-up podcasts for the summer. That's damn near once a week. We've only been off for 6 weeks.
As you can see, we're like people who gamble. We're like alcoholics. We're like whatever the case you want to call. We can't stay away. We can't stay away. Or blame the fucking sports shit. There's something popping off every goddamn day.
Or as I like to say, you know I'm a microphone fiend.
Facts.
Yo.
Facts. You just can't stay off the mic. Pause.
Is that low-key my cousin? Welcome to the podcast, B. Yo, what's up? Call up whenever you're ready. Like, this may not even... Like, this ain't really... I ain't gonna lie to you guys. This really ain't kind of the podcast for you guys to call up, but I'll take all phone calls. I can always go back and forth. Because today's podcast had a very special agenda. And part
I
of
ain't
it...
going back and forth with you niggas. I'm living my best life. Trying to talk my shit. Y'all calls actually be fucking me up. But I still love y'all though, so please call.
I was talking to Poe in the pre-show, and I was inviting her to my all-women's fantasy football league. And Poe's immediate response was, I don't know what I'm doing. And I was like, you know what, Poe? What's going on, Rachel? I don't know which Rachel this is. I don't know if this is my old army buddy Rachel or Rachel Ray or Rachel with the good hair. But what's going on, Rachel? That
Rachel with the good hair. Rachel Nichols.
That was Rachel with the good hair, right?
That's what Jimmy called her. That's what Jimmy called her.
That's because she was calling out to that Jimmy.
The M, that Jimmy. That Jimmy.
Yo,
that Jimmy done got Rachel fired, B. Damn, son.
We talking about Rachel
Lord,
Nichols.
have mercy.
Is that the
Rachel with the good hair.
Oh shit.
That Jimmy done got Rachel
You
fired.
got the J, the I, the M, the M, the Y, the J, the I, the M, that Jimmy. That Jimmy.
Somewhere out there, Diddy out there doing his version of the shit. We got the J, the I,
Fun
the M,
guy.
the M. Pharrell out there singing with the Neptune beat.
But Poe asked that question. She don't know what she's doing. And I told her, you know what, Poe? Whatever, like, before she even actually said, like what her problem was, right? She had, like, little question mark in that, and that face, that face emoji. And I was like, listen, whatever issues that you have, this is why I started this league. This is why this league exists. Unless it's just time or having a baby or some other shit like that, which I can obviously understand. But this league was meant for
baby
people.
Poe got more important things to worry about, but we can still be informed.
This is the reason why I started this league, for the individual, for the people that didn't know what they was doing. I end up knowing way too many women in my life that loved football.
Just couldn't understand it.
But and even when they're doing our fantasy football shit and we all getting excited because of it and they're with us, like they're like, yo, what's going on, like they feel that shit. But anytime I asked one of them if they would like to come and join our fantasy football league, they all turned me down. But for a lot of the same reasons. I don't know what
Rejection status.
I don't know what I'm doing. I'll feel like you is a bunch of guys, this, that, you know what I mean? Or you know, like it was either lack of knowledge or intimidation factor that they're doing it with people that are a lot more knowledgeable than them, or knowledgeable in football, or knowledgeable just working the app, you know, which we're gonna get into as well, right? And so I said, you know what? I know at least a dozen women with the same problem. If I know a dozen women with the same problem, what's the chance that these dozen women would say yes if I created a fantasy football league just for them? Where all of you don't know what you're doing. None of you know how to draft. Where somebody might just draft Jameis Winston with the number 1 pick. It happens.
Lord have mercy. And I'm here to coach you as to why you do not do such thing. Like drafting motherfucking turn of a chain.
What's going on? You see the Ralph Williams podcast just popped up in the building. Yes, guys, as you know, we're also affiliated.
Ralph!
We're also affiliated with the WESN network. Make sure you go ahead and go ahead and download the app and you go ahead and check that out. And
ASAP!
And you check out the whole entire lineup that they have there. Ralph, you're late. You missed the news. The Mighty Sports Podcast just got a new deal signed today. One of them handshake over the counters, hey, let's have a beer and make some shit work kind of deal. Because you know what? I learned a long time ago. Shout out to my people from the Brooklyn Cafe. You know where deals are made? Across the table. Seriously. Across the table. Like right here at the table, let's talk and make business. That's where deals are made.
As long as you're talking with people whose word is bond.
You know what I mean? And the Mighty Sports Podcast is now, Sharkies is now the new home of the Mighty Sports Podcast. So once a month, you'll catch us podding live from there. And I say once a month now because I don't want to.
Because knowing us, you know how that's going to go.
I don't want to obligate to myself to anything more than that yet. But if things pick up, and you know what I mean, like pick up. Like morning would pick up.
Pick it up. Oh, shit.
Oh, live stream and everything. Oh, yeah, live stream and everything. Listen, like how we do now. Not only can you catch us on Podbean Live, you can catch me on my website, mytsports.net. Where else? Well, and then you can catch us. You can catch
Instagram Live.
You can catch the video
YouTube.
on Instagram Live, YouTube. What else? Twitter, which is Periscope.
Twitter,
you know
Facebook.
what I mean? Twitch, which is
Twitch,
for the
I was about
gamers.
to say, yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, and you get the behind the scenes shit on Instagram. Yeah, we live streaming everywhere, and I'm gonna be having the same shit.
And then obviously my favorite platform, Podbean, that gives us that behind the scenes. Doesn't trip on if I wanted to, play Jay-Z Reasonable Doubt. They not tripping because some people, YouTube, be tripping off that copyright shit.
Facebook, Instagram,
Twitch, not so much. Twitch, I think Twitch is a little bit more leeway. I think
because it's underground, all above must get shot. You couldn't book me,
Here's the shit. Twitch is not worried about niggas trying to come put music on. Twitch is literally thinking, oh, people gonna come up with games,
They go trapping with them. I forgot. We can't support Tory Lanez anymore. Is that Tory Lanez we can't support anymore? That's who shot Megan Thee Stallion, right?
It still hadn't been proven until I hear. Come on, B. B, don't do that. Don't do that, B. How many niggas you don't do that?
Shot though? Shot. We ain't talking about
that.
Yo, he grabbed my ass.
Don't
like,
do that.
Come on.
B.
Shot.
B. If she got shot in the foot, there are certain things that have proceeded since then that she's done that do not add up to being shot in the foot. At least by that nigga. So until that court, don't get me wrong, I'm not out here as boisterous for Tory Lanez music.
So he's on suspension, like my Jets. He's on suspension until further notice, which we can't support him for right now.
I hadn't cared about supporting him.
Okay.
Like, don't get it twisted.
What does NFL do? They put him on that what's that? The commissioner's list.
He's on the
commissioner's list.
Something that Deshaun Watson's about to be on.
Yes. Stop.
I have a reminder for talent.
I know. And what that reminder is normally around this time like we do our 21 Light Salute. What the 21 Light Salute? It was started by our other co-host Mark. I always want to call him Mark 350. To be honest with you. Right, we call him the 21 Mark Salute.
I just call him Marcel.
He started the 21 Light Salute. And what we do at this time is that at around like 9:07 every single day, we like to flick our lights 7 times for all those that have been affected by COVID. Whoever could have been.
Rest in peace, Auntie. Love you.
So that's one. That's 2. If you guys are watching, you see this going on. That's 3. That's why I'm talking to you guys as we do this. There's no moment of silence. That's 4. That's 5. That's 6. And that's 7. Now you wonder, like, how do we get 7 from the 21 like salute? Like, don't ask questions that you're not ready
Straight
for
up.
the answers for.
Straight
You understand?
up.
Like sometimes math don't add up, but it's mathematics. You understand?
Straight up.
Shout out to Mos Def.
Legendary Mos
Talk
Def.
about
You
Mos
heard?
Def. You guys are gonna like season opener. You guys are gonna get this. I called a match.
I was just listening to that nigga album from '99.
I called a match. I announced a match
For
for a chick that was deaf. B.
How'd that go?
She was brilliant. She calls herself the Deaf Defiant.
Mm.
I've been playing on word shit. But we'll talk about that a little bit more on Monday. We'll tell you.
Her come out song has to be Method Man, Redman, and Rockwild. If that's not her walkout song, she's doing it wrong, kid.
That would be
a name like that has to microphone check.
That would be dope if that's what she came out.
My
to.
bad, YouTube. Don't cut us off. My fault. My fault for singing that. You didn't hear that. I was not singing Method Man, Redman just now.
Sorry. Warning pot. Too hot to easy. Believe me. Yo.
Fuck your lifestyle. Put your lights out. Get this shit to cracking.
Man. Let's. That's a lot. That's heavy. But let's get back to fantasy football. So, I had too many women that was telling me that they were having it, and they had a lot of the same issues. So I said, you know what? If I put the same kind of people with the same issues in the same space, would you still have these same issues? And you know what? To my I say to my surprise, but to my joy, it worked exactly how I intended it to. That everything that they said no that they couldn't do it for, I eliminated all of their no's. I eliminated all of the excuses. I brought it down to the basically raw way, like, hey, you even want to do this or you don't? Because ain't no, hey, I don't know what I'm doing. I got you. None of you know what you're doing. I've never drafted before, so does 90% of your league. You understand? I still got people that's been playing for 3 years that are still drafting quarterbacks in the first fucking round. I'm giving you do's and don'ts today.
Mercy. That's why I'm here. I'm here to coach you.
You see this? I got notes.
As an individual,
I got notes.
As an individual who has won 8 fantasy football leagues since I started doing this shit about 4 years ago, Heavy.
Like, what was that guy's name from Tampa Bay years ago? Was it Josh Freeman?
I know he played there at one point, yes.
Josh Freeman went first in one of the fantasy football leagues one year. Josh, you understand? I almost shut the league down. But I said, this is why I started this. Trials and tribulations. Josh freaking Williams is not even in the league anymore. Did he go to the school in Florida, FSU, or was he in Florida? Was he a Florida quarterback?
No, I don't think so.
Okay, I'm trying to remember why that person picked him. Whoever picked him, it was because he was the favorite quarterback from their school, and he didn't even start that year, I think. But this is why we're here, because I can't watch you guys draft and get heart palpitations anymore. And the funny thing about it, I do something like this every year. I give them a little fantasy football. Like,
he came from Kansas State University.
Oh, but he went to Tampa Bay.
That's what I'm saying. He played for the Buccaneers.
And it was and the person that picked them, Tampa Bay is her team. That's what that was. I got a do's and don'ts for that one too.
Dude, I don't know if I can.
But listen, this is why we do this is why you don't have to worry about the women's fantasy football league. This is my burden. This is my burden to behold.
I didn't know it was that bad.
Now you see why
I drafted Josh Freeman.
I got
God. And the thing is, I'm pretty sure it didn't stop there. I'm pretty sure she drafted Doug Martin, Mike Williams.
Oh yeah, definitely him.
Buccaneers defense.
And they had a running back too that I thought it was pretty decent.
LeGarrette Blunt, don't hit that blunt.
Oh, look at Bennett. Oh, stop it right now. Oh, Battle Buddy Bennett.
Girl. You out here strutting through on your story like
She's still in the army.
Shout out to
Right there. That's a sergeant major in the army right now. Let's let you know right now. Sergeant major in the motherfucking army.
Feel free to give me all type of commands.
Yo, I remember when she came visit. I remember because I remember when because she wasn't full.
That's a lot of mercy.
She wasn't full duty. Yo, you know what? Don't do this whole episode again. Fuck it.
Do it like it's my birthday. Do it like it's my birthday, baby. Do it like it's my birthday.
Hold on. Let me see if she got Instagram. Cause
Listen, we surfed together. Like, we was in Germany together. Like her unit came to visit us in Germany, and that's when we met.
Hold on, Lord have mercy.
But that's not what I was doing. Like, hold on. Hey, that's not.
See, that's how you know. That's how you know you spotted it before. That wasn't even what you was trying to do.
I wasn't at all.
And yet,
I was trying to get this live feed on my regular Facebook.
But because we love women so much and we're easily distracted by the beautiful human,
But the opposite sex.
woman flesh.
Yo, you see what happened to me the other day? I did my second TikTok.
I seen that.
I was like, yo, this motherfucker know me too well. Like, I was a little shocked at that one. I was a little shocked at that one. I was like, who gave you the audacity to read my motherfucking mind? I guess I gave them that audacity. All right. So, I don't know if what I want to do is gonna happen. I don't think that's how things are gonna go down. Cause I don't see it.
I done found her on Instagram.
Oh no, Eric, it doesn't matter. We're good. I am Gucci.
Follow.
Actually, I'm Gucci. I have it's streaming live on my thing. So I had to do this fantasy football draft or this fantasy football podcast for them, and I kind of do something like this every year, but every year I kind of want to come back and I want to do it again because every year I see correctable actions, right?
Stop being nice.
I see correctable.
The first thing you just told me was somebody drafted Josh Freeman #1. It's not you're being too nice right now.
Every year I see correctable actions.
You see foolishness that needs to be coached. That's what you've been seeing, son. That's what you've been seeing. You've been seeing garbageness. Oh, coonery is what you've been seeing. I'm still blown on that. Oh, Josh Freeman, #1. At that time, 2010, 2011, 2012. Are you serious? Josh Freeman's brightest moment was when he got into a shootout with Eli Manning the year after the Giants won the motherfucking Super Bowl the second time. Great game, by the way. Very great game. I encourage you to look that up. Buccaneers Giants, 2002, week 2. Thank me later.
Word.
But that was his brightest moment, and it was an L. Why was it an L? Because fourth quarter comeback, Eli Manning struck once again. Victor Cruz at his highest point, hitting niggas with the sauce in the end zone in the clutch.
So like I said, and I do something like this every year. I do something like this every year, but I have
Lord
to.
have mercy.
So, you ready to get into it officially?
Hell yeah. Because there's clearly a whole criteria we need to run through if motherfuckers is drafting Josh Freeman #1.
Listen.
No disrespect.
So
but that's like drafting Teddy Bridgewater because #1 because that's your starting quarterback. Or drafting the rookie Mac Jones because he just officially got the job. So like, well, what are we doing here? What are we doing? What are we really doing?
So let's
shout out to the people who drafted Cam Newton in your league earlier. This is why. Quick note. This is why I motherfucking tell you people stop fucking getting in the fantasy leagues in fucking June and July like fucking idiots.
Let's make that a first don't.
Don't do that. Stop that.
Now,
don't ask me for no fantasy league. If you tell me join your league, I'm like, my first response is okay, cool. When is the draft? If I hear July, I'm not joining. I'm not joining.
If I hear August,
I'm not joining.
Well,
I'm not. No, I'm still not joining for August. That draft, the earliest I'm getting into that draft is the
Today.
Sunday before.
Actually, today may be the earliest I'm willing to do it.
No,
Maybe.
not even.
Maybe.
Not even for me. For me,
The
not
very
even.
earliest it will be
For
today.
me, not even. That's still way too much time.
What about Saturday?
B.
What's Saturday?
The Saturday before week 1 starts.
Yeah.
Oh, great.
Okay.
The Saturday before week 1 starts. Yes.
Okay.
Now I'm not talking about that Thursday game. Not this coming Saturday. The next Saturday after the Cowboys and Buccaneers play. Yeah, perfect.
How about this?
Hell no. Hell no.
Up to about 4 days from now.
And on top of that, here's another reason. And on top of that, here's another reason why I'm not doing no fantasy draft on Saturday. Motherfucker, it's week 1 of college football. I ain't giving a damn about no fantasy draft. I love football. I'm going to be watching college. I'm going to be watching Alabama take on Miami. I'm going to be watching Clemson play Georgia. I'm going to be watching Notre Dame play FSU. And on top of that, I'm going to be betting on games too. I don't have time for no fantasy football draft on Saturday. Don't hit me about no goddamn motherfucking fantasy football league on Saturday. Don't do that shit. You might have a chance on Sunday because the only game Sunday is Notre Dame FSU. But if that fantasy draft is at 6:30, kiss my ass, you heard? Like I said, me personally, Wednesday before the Thursday game. That means Cowboys Buccaneers play September 9th. September 8th, talk to me. Talk to me nicely. I have 2 leagues that I'm going into, including this one. And I hope this motherfucker's going to tell me that draft is on September 8th. Otherwise, we're going to have problems behind the scenes when these cameras cut. So, but the second one, I kid you not, is September 13th. You know what September 13th is? The Tuesday after week 1 starts. After week 1 finishes. So I have a week to see how everybody did. I don't play that shit, man. I don't do that.
Now, I see some people on Facebook trying to get a hold of us and trying to figure out how to find us. If you're trying to call into the podcast, you can find us on the Podbean app. I should get that link, shouldn't I? Right, like that'll probably help.
Yeah, copy the link, send the joint.
Let's go ahead and give you guys a little love over here. So, let's get into a couple of do's and don'ts first, right? Like
that was the first don't.
Right? Is that you don't want to have your draft too early. That's definitely one of the things. So for everybody that's wondering, for all the ladies that's wondering, like, damn, like, why do you have your draft so late? Because you don't want to have it too early. You don't want to have people on your team that may not be in the league or playing by the time you pick your team. Like we all just learned recently. What did this happen? Yesterday? Cam Newton got released.
Cut.
Now,
not even just sent for backup. Cut.
Now I know that most of you may be thinking, like, you know what? If I had my league a couple days ago, I may have picked Cam Newton as a starting quarterback for New England, and you would have thought safe. Nothing. It's safe.
Now you
this
now
early.
You don't have shit. Now you don't have shit. Imagine if you had your draft toward the end of July when everything was just jumping off with that shit. Because one of the people in
Who's drafted it? Like, okay, no, you know, pause.
No, because
who the fuck is drafted in July?
Exactly. No, there are people who draft at the end of July.
You know people?
Why? Exactly.
You know people drafted in July? You should disown them.
You think when they come to me about fantasy football, you think I listen to them? These are the motherfuckers who draft at the end of July. You are foolish to me. You're foolish. Because I was like, imagine drafting end of July, and then all of a sudden, you drafted Cam Akers, running back from the Rams.
Just showing you ranked.
Oh, sup. But no, imagine you drafted Cam Akers in your draft, and then boom, torn Achilles. Starting running back for the Rams. The Rams supposed to take off NFC Championship type shit for the Los Angeles Rams with Matthew Stafford this year. And now boom, torn Achilles. Torn Achilles gone. That's one of your starting running backs. Because I did a mock draft. I've done mock drafts just to see how everybody's positioned and where they're set up and shit. Cam Akers was like a top 15 type fantasy player coming up. And I knew he would have been a steal. I was looking forward to getting him for my team this year. Because good player, about to be on a very dominant team, gonna be needed. Wasn't too much known last year until toward the end of the year. That's the perfect player to burst onto the scene, especially for fantasy purposes. So I was licking my chops in terms of drafting Cam Akers to my fantasy team. So when I heard torn Achilles, I was just as bummed as every Rams fan for a little bit. For a little bit.
Yeah, rule number 1. Don't draft too early.
Never.
Right?
If somebody comes to you with a fantasy draft in July or August, block them. They're not good for you.
At the very most, maybe a week before the season starts. Maybe. 1 full week. Generally, that weekend before, I've done it even the Wednesday before the Thursday night game. A lot of times.
That is literally when I do it. The Wednesday before the I've had a couple that go down that Thursday, early in the morning.
And the only reason I'm not thinking about doing it this year, because I'm like, we have the podcast to do. And I've tried to do a podcast during the draft, and it is just a shit of a show. It's people who all of a sudden...
And here's another don't. When we schedule that shit, make sure you're available. Don't all of a sudden be that motherfucker who we have to wait on to make your fucking pick, and then you end up on auto draft holding everybody the fuck up.
Well, there goes in one of the don'ts. Don't auto draft. It is disrespectful to your league, and I'm saying this to the people that are drafting for the first time. I'm saying this for my women's league as well. Don't auto draft. It's disrespectful to your league. It slows down the pace of the whole entire league. And the things that your auto draft person does is just out of character to drafting, and it throws off the draft sometimes. Like, so don't auto draft. That is a big taboo don't. Now,
and on top of that...
Well, but let me finish this statement.
Go ahead, my fault.
If you're in my women's fantasy football league, I do have a cash prize. If you auto draft without sufficient reason, it will disqualify you from getting that prize. Just to let you know. Hope you guys have been listening to this podcast. That's been a public service announcement. What he's about to say.
And one other thing I was about to say about the auto draft is, at the end of the day, the date of the fantasy draft is something that it's not like one or two people just make up and drop, and this is what it's for everybody. At least the ones that I've been involved in. This is something that everybody's been involved in and had conversations about. So it's not like you didn't know, or whatever the case may be. If you care about your shit, you know what I'm saying? Be available. Like, it's not fair to everybody else to be waiting on you because all of a sudden something came up, or you're just not paying attention now all of a sudden, or whatever. Like, me personally, typically fantasy drafts, they take up about an hour, right? A little over an hour. And most people typically schedule that towards the latter part of the day because, you know, everybody's working during the day. It's just like, make the time. Make the time to just be available. Like, I don't know. Something about that auto draft shit just really, really irks me. Because it sucks when people who are actually there, who have a certain player they want, know that player is about to be gone before it gets to them, because the person right before them is auto drafting because they're not available. That's not fair. To be honest, there should be some type of thing with ESPN or all these fantasy leagues where if you're auto drafting, you don't get those top tier players. You don't.
But I mean, there are some people that do a whole entire league based off auto drafting. They just all agree to it. Like, so I mean,
if you we all like planning around our schedule, really having, you know, talking shit, fantasy draft parties or whatnot for this shit, and then you got one or two people who are auto drafting and whatnot. That's annoying. Who are auto drafting and whatnot.
Oh shit! My bad. I need to mute that. Oh shit! My bad. I need to mute that. Okay, I was looking at something. Okay. I just want to make sure something I was trying to put out there actually was making out into the Ethernet. So that's another big fantasy don't. You don't want to auto draft. Ultimately, it's disrespectful. to your whole entire league. It throws everything off, and it also slows things down. Now, like, I guess let's go over all the don'ts, right? And then we'll get into the do's, because the do's are also kind of a little bit more directly related to actually drafting.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Yeah, a little bit more. You know what though? Actually, they both are. We'll go a little bit back and forth. Right? So, another don't that you don't want to do, right? We understand that you have a favorite team. You have a favorite college or something to that nature. Don't draft players from your favorite school and or college or whatever the hell that you're doing.
Take your emotions out of it, please.
Those people don't need to be drafted high, right? Like, you don't. Okay, let's refresh this one. They don't need to be reached for. Let's make that very clear, right? These individuals do not need to be reached for.
Bottom line, another thing that goes with it. Don't be a Steelers fan and not want to draft Lamar Jackson because he's a Baltimore Raven. Fuck that right now.
Nah, fuck that. If you're a Jets fan, you better have never ever drafted Tom Brady.
That's his problem. He's too damn emotional. That's why he doesn't win these shits a lot.
What are you talking about? I won my very first year, and then I stopped paying attention. Enough. I did what I needed to do. I came in, I kicked in the door, waving the 4-4, and then everybody said, "Yo, MyT, don't hit me no more," and I let people win. And also, our league is kind of like that. Period. New people in our league always tend to win. It's just
because y'all just too emotional.
We ain't emotional. Like, after we get that first dub, we tend to.
Nah,
and there's some people that haven't won in forever.
I'm trying to be like Jordan. I'm trying to win 6. I'm trying to go 6-0.
That's never gonna happen.
I'm tight.
I
get tight when I finish runner up.
That's never gonna happen. I'm just letting you know right now.
I've won 8 of these shits.
Right.
I had a time where I went 4 in a row. I was going for that 5 and I finished runner up. I was sick. All because that and this is the most. Let me tell y'all one of the most annoying things that happen with these fantasy leagues too. Towards the end of the year, regular season, that's when your playoffs start. You got the top dogs who've been balling and shit, who all of a sudden now they need to rest. They need to rest. They're not playing today. Or they got some nagging regular injury or soreness that the coach is like, you know what, fuck it. We're 13-1. You chill today. We're 14-1. Take this week off. And more times than not, these motherfuckers end up paying for it in the playoffs. That's why I don't feel bad for them when they lose. Fuck that rest shit. Fucking up my money, yo. Fucking up my winning streak. Damn it. Out here talking about ain't nothing more annoying than already setting your team up. Then you wake up Sunday morning and boom, such and such isn't playing. Why?
Oh.
Rest.
Well, let's not get too far off, because they can't really control that initially while drafting, right? It
had nothing to do with draft. This is something that toward down the line, yo.
Right, yeah.
Down the line.
Let's stick to some basics, do's and don'ts, right? You don't need to select players from your team. You don't need to be a homer and reach for players for your team. Now, honestly,
because ain't nothing more annoying than that day that they get their asses whooped and nobody does anything for you, and you end up with just 15 points because nobody should. Your quarterback was ass, your defense was ass, your receivers didn't do shit because your quarterback couldn't do shit, your offensive line couldn't block. So your starting running back and then most likely your backup running back that you drafted to be your running back number 2 ain't do shit for you all day.
Tell them why you mad, son. Tell them why you mad.
I'm just letting people know. I'm letting people know off what I've seen. I've never done something like even my first. I'm like, huh? What? You think I'm just gonna draft all Pittsburgh Steelers? Absolutely not. What the fuck you think I am? Stupid?
So, as we tell you that not to select players for your favorite team, also don't over-select too many players from the same team. That also ties into something else, that you don't want to select too many players with the same bye week. And what that is basically, as you know, there's a week in the NFL where players are off, right? That off week is called a bye week. you don't want to have a lot of players with a bye week of the same week, because if that happens, then that particular week
You're gonna be on the waiver wire like a motherfucker.
All right, to very simply say, you're not gonna have players to play, and you'll be trying to find them on what is called the waiver wire, the free market, the free agency market per se.
That you're fighting with somebody else for these same players too.
That's another thing for another time. I'm keeping it simpler than that. But you're gonna be fighting for you're gonna be fighting for those players. We ain't gonna go in on how those you'll be fighting for those players. So you can't just see some guy be like, "Oh, I want him." Everybody else is gonna this is a women's league.
So no pause.
Hey, I want him. Every woman in your league is gonna want him. I'm like, listen, I'm talking to everybody that are beginners, but I'm very specifically talking to my MyT Women's Fantasy Football League. You about to go remote? Alright.
Yes. We about to go remote. I shall join you peoples in about 3 minutes.
As KJ has just officially left us, we are now gonna
Momentarily.
Well, momentarily. He ain't gone like forever, ever. He's just not gonna be here for the rest of the podcast. Right? Visually that is. So you guys just gonna get me. Alright, so you're not gonna want to get a lot of players from the same bye week as well. Alright? So you don't want to get too many players from the same team, from your same team, or the same bye week. It's gonna cause yourself a lot of hassles coming down the road. What that basically means is that when those players are off for that week, you're not gonna have anybody to play. Yeah, but that's also why we're gonna teach you today also how to build a decent bench. We're gonna teach you how to draft. We're gonna teach you how to go through the whole entire fantasy football app. Right? Which I may end up losing. I may end up losing the people on Instagram because I may end up having to go back and forth on that app a little bit. But we're gonna help you out here. That's why the do's and don'ts is here. Now, let's give you something good to do, like what that you do want to do. And you've kind of heard us already kind of joke about this. You heard us rant about this. You heard us go off on this, right? About individuals that may have picked individuals like Josh Freeman or Jameis Winston with the first round pick. It wasn't just the fact that it was Josh Freeman or Jameis Winston with that first round pick. It was the fact that it was a quarterback, period, to be honest with you. Fantasy football is a little bit different than regular football. And in regular football, all of the hype is generally built around the quarterback. Well, in fantasy football, let's see. Not so much. In fantasy football, your running backs are your studs. Right here, those guys with short shelf lives. Those guys that they don't really want to pay. Those guys, like these guys. Or your workhorses. And you're going to see how important that they are when it comes to drafting in just a bit. So while you're never going to take a quarterback in the first round, you know who you are going to take in the first round? You are going to take a running back. You do want to draft a running back. Or, depending on where your draft order is, maybe a dynamic, one of those top 2 wide receivers or tight ends. That's depending on your draft order. Let me break that down just a little bit. What do you mean by my draft order? Well, you're gonna have a draft before you start picking players, right? You're gonna have 10 players possibly in your league, right? We're just using a round number here. It's going to be a snake draft. So what it is that first is going to go through 1 through 10, and then it's going to snake around and it's going to go through 10 through 1. So in the second round, 10 picks first and 1 picks last. But what that kind of means is that every other round, right, 10 gets back-to-back picks and so does 1, right? 2 gets gets 2 very close picks, but so does 9. These are little tidbits and strategies that you may want to think of. I'm not going to divulge too much into that. Just something, but you'll see. This is why another do that you may want to do a mock draft You have the ESPN app by now, the ESPN Fantasy Football app by now. Is something going on with my audio here? Y'all let me know if y'all can't hear me on Podbean. Let me know, KJ. I feel like I just lost everybody. Right? So you're going to have the Fantasy Football app from ESPN, and you're going to join your league. And you're going to join a draft, right? And in your league, you're going to see the day that your draft is going to take place. Right? You'll see it's going to be either 8 o'clock on a Sunday or on a Wednesday at 10 o'clock or something to that nature. You'll see, and that's the time that you'll need to be there. I will advise that you do a couple of mock drafts. That is a do. I will advise that the day of your draft, you can't hear me. Okay. Let's go ahead and refresh Podbean. Look like we had some kind of connection issues going on over there. And let's get them back in order. And looks like we have audio back now on Podbean. Don't know what happened there. But like I said, I saw everybody. Okay, same thing on the website. What the heck just happened suddenly? Like, I really have no clue what the heck just happened. Right? So if you guys are hearing me, my apologies. It looked like the audio went off or something. So I'm glad that we got everybody back when we have the audio flowing again. Let's continue back into the... Let's make sure that OBS is also kicking out. Okay, it's kicking out to all of the audio feature, all the videos as well. Alrighty, let's continue. Alright, now let's go back. Right? As I said that you don't want to draft a quarterback in the first round. And that's basically what we alluded to, that you can't draft a quarterback in the first round. You don't want to do that. What you do want to do is draft. We have detected a network issue on your end. The Podbean Cloud recorded will not be available on this stream. If you need this stream recording, please make your recording locally. Okay, that's fine. Thank you. I appreciate that. Okay, so that wasn't me. That wasn't me at all. That was strictly a Podbean issue. So the Podbean Cloud record. Okay, detected a network issue on my end. They lying? I don't got no network issue, no network notification. They don't got no network issue on my end. Even though I may see a network issue on my end. Actually, as we speak,